that of Camden, it wasn't just what went on inside the four walls of the bank. But what really made Dennis successful is what he also did outside of the bank. His relationship with the community and with friends like we have here this evening. But I guess it was Thomas Wolfe that said, you can't go home again. Well, we know that's not true with Dennis, because he did the same thing in Camden that he did in Rock Hill. Started a de novo market here in Camden. And again, what made Dennis successful was what he did within the four walls of the bank, but also his relationship in the community. And as I moved around this evening, we've run into members of the chamber, elected officials. We got a brand new mayor here from Eldon tonight, but a lot of community folks, which has led to Dennis's success. You know, it's been said that there is no greater honor than to be honored by your own hometown, by your own people, and by your own friends. And that is what we are witnessing here this evening. So Dennis, on behalf of all the associates of First Citizens Bank, and we have Sharon Bryant, who's our regional exec for South Carolina here today, and I would like all of First Citizens associates to raise your hand and be recognized. So that tells you what Dennis means to the bank. But Dennis, based on what you see here from the associate, based on what I see here from the commitment from the community and your friends, we say to you, congratulations for a great 20 years at First Citizens Bank, and congratulations for the community, to the community for what you have done over those years. Thank you so much.
Please excuse the notes. For those of you who read the Chronicle today, you saw some comments in there about my brother. We are an emotional family, so it's certainly an emotional time for us. It's hard to believe it's been 39 years that I've been in the banking business, and I got my career started right here in Camden. And I feel like for everybody at Christmas time to see Jimmy Stewart and George Bailey in his community, and that's what banking's been for me. It's been a wonderful life. It's been a wonderful career. The opportunity to work with many of you. I've got a lot of friends that came down from Rock Hill, Fort Mill, and TBK. It's to be a commercial lender with a bank like ours, where we're so involved in the community, and have those opportunities to go into businesses, to meet the folks, to work with them, to help them realize their dreams. It's been a great opportunity. And there's a few folks I would like to recognize and thank who helped me through that time. And first of all, is Mr. Dean Jordan down here. Dean? And actually, a lot of people don't realize that Dean and I met because of my musical talents. With his lovely wife, I just got out of the Air Force and was asked to be Rolf in The Sound of Music. And I met Mary Ellen, and during rehearsal met Dean, as we talked about my background as a collectible finance company, the same company Dean got started with. He remembered that, gave me a call a few years later, gave me an opportunity to go work for South Carolina National Bank right down on Broad Street. Dean, I want to thank you because I learned so much about community banking. It was 2 years before SCN moved me on down the road. And thank you so much. It was great. Jim Apple, Jim, a little over 20 years ago, I had been through, we'll call it merger mania. I feel like in about an 18, 24 month, I had 3 or 4 banks that I was working with. One got bought, and then it got bought, and another got bought, and I finally joined a little community bank up in Rock Hill. And dang, if it wasn't less than a year later, they get gobbled up by Nations Bank. And I was just the city executive Nations Bank. We had come to Rock Hill together back in '83, and he said he was telling me he was so excited to have this opportunity to work together. And didn't take long. Jim and First Citizens have been in touch, and I made a decision that First Citizens was more suited to Dennis Stuber and the way they run the organization. And so I was the first of many to resign from this group up there in Rock Hill and join First Citizens, and had a number of associates follow me over. And Jim, I thank you for the opportunity. It's been a great run. Jim recently retired himself back in September, and I just thank you so much. It was a pleasure working with you over these years, and for all you did for me with my career. Several folks have come down from Rock Hill and just wanted to say something about them. Denise Long. Denise was actually my first hire with First Citizens in Rock Hill back in 1995. Interviewed her at McDonald's. She said I'm good for 2 years. I worked for 2 years. She's still up there today doing a great job. About 2 years after we got started in Rock Hill, we expanded, and with a second office in Rock Hill and an office over at Fort Mill, and Barbie Ayton and Ellen Bird, I think both of them are here. Ellen, I see back in the corner. Barbie's up back there also. So in 1996, they joined First Citizens, and they're still there today. And I think it's a testament to First Citizens, and that was one of the things that attracted me. People just don't leave this bank. Shauna Smith, Shauna's around here somewhere. Shauna is up and out, there she is. Shauna we hired as an intern out of Fort Mill High School, and she came on board for an internship and stayed on board. And she's been with us for many years, is also a team today. When I made a decision that talked First Citizens in to coming down to Camden. So, we're with 100, and I think at the time we probably had 170 offices around the state of South Carolina. Camden was a market we were not in. And Sharon Bryant, where Sharon is, Sharon, had a conversation with Sharon, and we talked about coming down to Camden, and they committed to make this move and allow me to come home. And Sharon, I thank you for that, and you and Jim, and the commitment the bank made to this community. We've got a beautiful facility down on Littleton and DeKalb Street, probably the most architecturally significant building in this community in many years. And thank you for that. It's a terrific testament to we do real estate well. And it was such a great opportunity to come back home to Camden. And I had a question like this. I'm like, why would you want to go to Camden? I said, first of all, I've been to the come. Well, come back and give me 20 minutes, I'll give you the Stuber tour and show you why I want to be in Camden. I think once you look around, you'll see. But Sharon said before I could leave Rock Hill, we had to find a replacement. And Rock Hill was a tough community to leave. But Lois and I were starting our life together, and it was just good timing. Sharon said, you got to find a replacement. And Andy Sheen, where's Andy? Andy came in, and we hired him, and he took over and just did a yeoman's job. He's done a terrific job. We get stay in contact with a lot of my friends up in Rock Hill, a lot of customers. And he's not only with the bank, but as James talked about, with the community itself. And he's done a great job for us. And Andy, I thank you for that. I want to thank my family who's been very supportive. My daughter Lindsay is here. Lindsay drove down from Rock Hill. Unfortunately, my son Vince is now in banking himself, but out in Seattle, Washington, and he and his wife Thea. So regretfully, they weren't able to join us. My brother Dan and his wife Beverly are here. Sister Margaret and her husband Johnny. We got some of the Lee Park crowd here. Lois' son, Henry and Bridget. Ryan, I don't think made it. Emily's up in Rochester, New York, and was not able to be with us. But we've got some Flynn's out there. I think it's a Tuckers, all part of the extended family. And again, it's been great being home with all this family and that. And I thank you all for your support. Coming to Camden, I was very fortunate. We had a great team over in Lugoff and Elgin, a great reputation over there. We expanded into Camden, and I've worked with a great bunch of associates there. Our leadership here, Beth Moeller has been with the bank for 25, 30 years. Does a fantastic job. We're fortunate to get her over here. Beth Morgan in our Lugoff office has just done a great job. So we've got a good core group of people. It's been a privilege working with you all. There's certainly mixed emotions as I walk out the door, but I will certainly see you. They tell me with retirement I get to keep my first assistant freebie accounts. I met you, George Bailey, and a wonderful life that he had as a banker. But George also had a wonderful wife. And if you remember the characters played by Donna Reed. Well, I'm fortunate that I've got my own little Donna Reed, Miss Levis. I'm extremely fortunate. We just had a great time being back home in Camden. We look forward to now having more time to spend in and around the community. We've got a couple of grandchildren now that are close by in Lexington, so we're going to help spoil them. And again, I want to thank you. It's because of you, our customers, my friends, my family, that it has been a wonderful life. And I want to thank you so very much. And we will see you around. See y'all.